What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on BABA stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then I will show you how precise my technical analysis is, despite all the hate that you can find in some of my videos regarding BABA. Then I will show you fundamental news that might be the driver for this asset for upcoming weeks. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. But first of all, guys, you probably saw that my thumbnail again is titled U-turn is near. And a lot of people in the comment section told me that I use it several times and the price of BABA is still hovering at the very low levels. But let me show you this. This is the list of all videos regarding BABA. And let me show you that previous video with the U-turn is near thumbnail was made on July the 2nd and June 23rd. So, July the 2nd and June 23rd. Here is July the 2nd, right here, and June 23rd was, wait a second, right here. We had the first attempt to hit some higher targets with a 3.31% of upside movement, and the second one was quite harsh, from this bottom to this top of about 22.36%. This is the first set of videos with this thumbnail. Next one. Right here you can find that on May 29th I also made the video with this thumbnail. May 29th, and it was right here. And as you can see, from this point we had the movement to the upside that brought to its highest point about 18% of potential profit. Next video with the same thumbnail, it was two videos on April 22nd and April 28th. April 22nd and April 28th. So April 28th was right here, and then we had this decrease in its price, but then another movement to the upside for 11.51%. And April 22nd was right here. And yes, from this point I was quite wrong, because first of all we hit the range of about $80 mark, and then from this point we had this movement to the upside that brought not more than 6.8%. Yeah, so out of seven videos with the same thumbnail, I caught 6 of them. And in my opinion, it is quite a good ratio, and that is why you can rely on my technical analysis as a part of your due diligence. So, and let's start with the price action right here. I made my previous video at this very point, and my main assumption was that we completed all 5 waves from this bottom that was set on May the 30th this year till this swing high on July 31st. And since then we were forming this consolidation phase, and right here I've told you that if this asset breaks the previous bottom, the bottom of the A wave, we will confirm the movement to the downside, and it was my main assumption. And as you can see, we had this movement to the downside that broke this range of support, and it was the first sign that most likely we should see lower price targets. It had an attempt to bounce back a little bit, but then it broke it to the downside, and from the point where I made my previous video, this asset lost about, let's say, from 9% all the way up to 10%. And that is how technical analysis works, and this shows that you can rely on my technical analysis as a part of your due diligence. So, and let's continue with the fundamental news. What news do we have for now for this asset? If you click on this small icon, you will find several of them, and they are not so bullish. It says stocks settle mixed on lower bond yields. And the second one, stocks light on China concerns and recent rise in global bond yields. This means the general sentiment of the market is quite bearish, and that is why partially we have this movement to the downside. But let me show you some news directly related to BABA and to Chinese stocks in general. First of all, I want to pay attention on this news that 2 days ago was published on BBC.com. Evergrande, China property giant, files for US bankruptcy protection. And you probably know that this is the second larger developer in China, and it filed its bankruptcy, Chapter 15 bankruptcy protection filing in a New York court on Thursday. And Evergrande defaulted on its huge debts in 2021, which sent shockwaves through global financial markets. And right here you can see that debts are amazing. With debts estimated to total more than $30 billion, it was the world's most heavily indebted property developer. And this news alone might drive the price of the entire market lower, not only Chinese market, but the entire market in general. That is why we have to be cautious. But let me show you some bullish news. For example, this one. On August 16th on Reuters, you can find this. Alibaba's ding talk to split from Cloud Business Group, sources said. And you know that back in May, I guess, or in March, Alibaba announced that they will split their business by 6 branches. And the main goal of this split is to focus deeply in these branches alone. And this might also be quite beneficial for the current shareholders. And I have to say that for now, we don't know what will be the conditions of the split and when it will be affected. But in general, I have to say that it is quite bullish news. On top of that, we have another split. DingTalk will operate as a wholly owned subsidiary of Alibaba Holding Group, and there would be no impact on its services, the source said. Alibaba's Cloud Intelligent Business Group did not immediately reply to a request for comment on the matter. Through the Slack, like DingTalk will split structurally from Alibaba's Cloud Business Intelligence Unit. The sources said it would continue to work closely with the cloud division technology-wise. And I have to say that the more this type of spin-off happens, the more beneficial these spin-offs might be for the shareholders. The downside definitely is still there. We might see the decrease in price of some of their branches, but in general, one of the headliners of their total growth for now is definitely a cloud service. Not the headliners in terms of its revenue, but the headliners in terms of the growth. And in my opinion, this might be quite a bullish catalyst for this company. On top of that, let me show you this list. We have another company that disclosed its reports regarding Alibaba. On August 13, HSBC boosted the price target of Alibaba from $131 all the way up to $142, which implies about 48.35% of upside potential from current range. And in general, the consensus analyst price target is still about 57% above our current price, and it is at the level of $138.64. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, and about the U-turn, as you might see, I was quite successful with this type of predictions, and for now we hit again the golden pocket range, and this means we have about 70% probability to see the trend reversal out of this range. And definitely it is not a guarantee, but the probability rate is quite high. And how to determine this level? As you can see, if my assumption is correct, we completed 5-wave structure from this bottom to this top, and 5 waves on a smaller scale, it is nothing else but a 1 wave on a bigger scale. This means we can pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from this bottom to this top. And these levels were, as you can see, were quite good levels of support. For example, the 0.382 level had the perfect touch of the A wave, and then it had a huge bounce to the upside. Unfortunately, and it is quite interesting, that 0.5 level didn't show any resistance and support for the price action. But for now, we have a small blip out of the golden pocket range, and potentially it might be an opportunity to see the bounce to the upside. So I have to say that for now it is quite a risky trade, but in general, if you put your stop loss slightly below the golden pocket range, let's say it slightly below $86, you will have the downside potential of about 2.5%. But the upside potential, depending on the price action, and we might hit these ranges of resistance again, might be quite high, up to 15%, and this implies quite good risk to reward ratio. But also I have to say that this structure doesn't have the completed breakdown according to Elliott wave theory. This means we might see another leg to the downside that potentially might hit the next range of support. And in general, I have to say that to remain bullish, we shouldn't break this bottom, the bottom of initial wave on a bigger scale. That is why we still have some room to move lower, and you have to keep in mind that the next range of support should be at around $83.11. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. I'm quite bullish on Alibaba, but definitely the total sentiment of the market is not so favorable for this assumption. That is why just stay cautious, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium